All right, everybody, welcome back to the Lantern TV Sports Basketball Show. I'm your host, Casey Smith, alongside Kari Lawrence for his first ever appearance on the Lantern TV Basketball Show. Welcome, Kari. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Yourself?
Pretty good, hanging in there. We got a big matchup on tap for y'all. Number 16, Ohio State. They entered play 14-6, 7-4 in the Big Ten against Michigan. The arch rival Michigan up in Ann Arbor, 13-9, 7-5 in the Big Ten. 6 p.m. Saturday in Ann Arbor. Kari, what do you like from this one?
What I like is, obviously I'm from Michigan, so, it's going to be an interesting game. What I think Ohio State have to do, coming from the Rutgers game, I think the benching has to score up. EJ can be the only person scoring, I feel like. So I feel like the benching has to score up, the defense has to pick up. During the Rutgers game, the defense wasn't there. It picked up the second half, but I feel like the first half, they were kind of down bad.
Yeah, for sure. Ohio State, they couldn't contain Geo Baker. He had a huge game that time. And Ohio State, they were only really getting contributions from E.J. Liddell and Malachi Branham, like you said. They blew that 8-point lead with 3:07 to go. Rutgers, they go on that 10-0 run, and Ohio State loses 66-64. Michigan, on the other hand, they blew out number 3 Purdue Thursday, 82-58, and it was a very impressive win. All 5 starters played over 31 minutes, and they all scored in double figures. So I expect this to be a top offensive matchup between 2 of the top offensive teams in the country. What are you expecting from this one?
I'm expecting Michigan. I didn't watch the Michigan yesterday game, but I did watch Tuesday game, and I had noticed how they're really good at free throws. I think they averaging 86.4% of free throws from the Penn State game. And so I feel like OSU was big on fouls with the Rutgers game. So I feel like if they keep Michigan out of the paint, then they'll be okay.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned the paint. Hunter Dickinson for Michigan, he's a force down low, 7'1", playing center. And with Michigan being such a prolific free throw shooting team, as you alluded to, if they get the ball down to him down low in the paint, and he just draws a foul, A, that gets Ohio State into foul trouble, and B, they're just shooting free throws the rest of the way. So especially in a high-scoring game like it was last year in Columbus, where Ohio State lost 92-87, free throws down the stretch could be the difference in the game. Hunter Dickinson this year averaging 18.3 points per game and 8.3 rebounds per game. In those 2 games last year, Ohio State got the better of Michigan in the Big Ten tournament last year. But in both games, Dickinson had 21 and 22 points respectively. So I figure you let him get his and you take away the other aspects. What do you think they have to do to stop Hunter Dickinson in this game?
I feel like they have to keep him outside the paint. I just think that Michigan as a team, they're 23.8% for three-pointers. So keeping them outside the paint can minimize them winning this game, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. And just sort of a compliment at the top of Michigan's offense that I think is really interesting is Eli Brooks. He's averaging 12.1 points per game, and he provides sort of that veteran leadership with the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me of a C.J. Walker type for Ohio State a couple years ago, because Eli Brooks, he's a grad student, primary ball handler. Him and Devontae Jones, he adds sort of the scoring aspect, while Devontae Jones sort of dishes it a little bit more with 92 assists this year. So I think if you can neutralize Brooks, and you just got to kind of cut your losses, I guess, and have Hunter Dickinson get his. But if you're able to cut your losses and neutralize Eli Brooks and Devontae Jones in their aspect, I think Ohio State can win. Who's a player from Ohio State that you think will have to step up if Ohio State wants to go on the road in the Big Ten and win this game?
I don't really think there's a Zach player. I just think it's the team that just needs to step up. I feel like I said earlier, EJ and Brian, they can't just be the only people scoring. That's not going to lead Ohio State to a victory against Michigan. So I feel like the bench has to step up.
Yeah, for sure. This Saturday at 6 p.m. on ESPN, number 16 Ohio State will be taking on Michigan. It's broadcast on ESPN. Top matchup between 2 arch rivals. You know they're going to give each other their best shot. There's no doubt about it. For Kari and myself, this is the Lantern TV Sports Basketball Show. We'll see you next week. Take care.